Definitely worth it.
Well, that was uncomfortable. Hey guys, welcome back. Recently I got a shipment, and I kid you not, it came this way. Mercifully, the guitar is perfectly fine, and actually, the as you can see, the guitar case is actually not too beat up. The only damage it took was right here. You know, they just stuck the label on and a couple tags. Let's not do this. Let me show you how to ship a guitar properly, because this one was lucky, but we can be safer. Alright, so today I'm going to be packing a guitar. There's a lot of fill stuff that we can use, and let's start inside the case. So first and foremost, we need a guitar, and the idea about packing inside the case is to make sure that the guitar doesn't rattle about inside the case. So I like these cases because they come with some fill, and there's others that expand or whatnot to fit the guitar. Ideally, you want your guitar to be immobilized inside of a well padded case, so that way, whatever happens to the box is isolated from the guitar itself. So I like to use this, and I'll put it at the tail of the guitar, which isolates the guitar in the case and makes sure that it doesn't rattle about. Next up, this is just me, but I always like to include an extra set of strings into the case. And then, as added protection, I like to make sure that all of the tuners are lined up in a straight line so they aren't sticking out like this. So that way, if anything moves, we're not going to be bouncing around. Now, the guitar itself doesn't necessarily need to be tuned down, and when I ship, I don't, but that's because I also know that when somebody is getting their guitar, the last thing they want to do is have 3 days of it stretching out. So that's just a me thing. If you're shipping to me or to somebody else, go ahead and detune it. It's a little bit safer. That way you have less kinetic energy inside of the system itself. So that said, I'm going to take a little bit of bubble wrap, and in the summer I add an ice pack or two to make sure that there isn't an excessive amount of heat buildup. In the winter, I'm not going to worry about that too terribly much. Last thing I want to do is add cold in the winter. So I'm just going to wrap the head, making sure that it's not too tight, but also snug against this upper cradle. And if your case doesn't have an upper cradle like this, then I like to put something underneath the neck to prevent the whiplash. So I'll tuck something under here if it doesn't have this. And once the case is closed and locked up, I like to give it a little shake. And it's hard to say, but this has all these extra straps on it. Those are the only things rattling. The guitar itself is not shaking inside the case. And you can feel when that happens. It definitely feels like a guitar shaking inside of a case. Once that's in, now we have to fill the box. Ideally, what we want to do is have padding at the tail of the guitar, padding at the top of the guitar, and the guitar isolated from the outside edges. And there's several different ways we can go about it. First way, we could wrap up the case like this, so that way it's completely encapsulated in bubble wrap. And this is actually a really good solution, but for me, who receives a lot of guitars, this is really hard to do. As previously seen, you can use the packing peanuts. I might charge you extra if you do that. I think that they were invented by the devil, and they are truly awful. I will be finding packing peanuts for years after that. The other things that you can use are dunnage, like this or like this, or if you have a bunch of them around and still subscribe, use newspapers or packing mailers. Just crumble them up into a loose ball and stuff it around the case. So that way the guitar itself is immobilized. So let's actually get this guitar packed up the way that I like to pack them up. I like to use one of these for the bottom of my cases. It has a good, what's that, a thumb's width worth of padding at the bottom, and this is nice soft padding. I guess it's a thumb's width because anything not to use with the metric system, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and put it into the box. And then I like to protect the case itself against scratches and whatnot. I get these bags. They do a really good job of protecting the guitar itself. Now that that's in there, I've got a bubble wrap bag. And then I like to give a little extra fold over at the top just to provide some extra protection. This all goes into the box. And then another one of these guys, designed to isolate the headstock, goes right over the top. And a test shake. The only thing I hear and feel shaking are the straps, and that is A-OK. I like one over the middle, just to hold everything together. One longwood, fold it over, kind of like a Christmas present. One on each side, one over the edge, and one over here. Run your thumbs over to make sure everything is well seated. I'm also going to check the bottom of it, and in this case, this is only being held by 2 bits of tape. So, same thing down here. And now, while I've got this upside down, I'm going to start adding the fragile labels. Now, when you have a shipment, you're only informing them. They will not treat it any different if you have a fragile label or not, but it makes me feel good. Whenever I put a sticker, a fragile sticker on, I always think about the psychology behind all this. If you have it nice and square and perfect on here, it will blend into the scene. But if you take it and put it diagonally, it actually catches your eye a little bit better. So, whenever I pack a guitar, no sticker is going to be straight up and down. It's always going to be kind of crooked, so that way whatever side that you see, your eye is drawn to something that's out of place. You may get a case with a barcode on it, and those are always a good idea to cover over with a sticker, because that is how packages get lost. If you leave barcodes on, it may get scanned and get, you may be shipping to Albuquerque and it gets shipped off to Poughkeepsie. I don't know. I'm not sure of the system, but all I know is that if you can cover your barcodes, you're in a good place. The big faces gets one at the top and one at the bottom, and then your label goes on. One goes over the corner of the label, like so, and the other goes down here. You can use any shipping company. They're all about the same, but I've done a lot of audits using a shock watch, which is essentially an accelerometer, and there's only one company that has passed my tests at a higher rate than the others. USPS does a terrible job. FedEx, the boxes come mauled up. I like UPS. They generally are pretty good about getting the boxes to me intact. In fact, they are the ones who delivered that individual case with the shipping label on it to me intact, and the guitar is perfectly fine. Now, do not buy the insurance, because that is a distinct exclusion. And they will take your money, but they will not insure the guitar itself. Thanks for watching. I got to get this off to UPS. Please like, subscribe, and join me on Patreon. I really do enjoy doing this, and I'll see you next time.